determinism. Every event in the universe is determined by natural laws. I think that's a fair statement, given naturalism. Our thoughts and decisions are events in the universe. Therefore, our thoughts and decisions are determined by natural laws. Well, people object to this. They say, well, our brains are far more complex than other processes in the natural world. Yeah, they're more complex, but are they any more free? Imagine if I had 50 dominoes up on this table and I clicked the first one over and click, 50 dominoes went down. Now imagine I had 50,000 dominoes all lined up around this room and I clicked the first one, click, all the way around for several minutes or hours or however long it takes to knock over 50,000 dominoes. Which one of those sets of dominoes was more complex? The second. Which one of those sets was more free? Neither. Adding complexity doesn't add freedom. In fact, many of the leading atheistic thinkers concede that because atheism is true, naturalism is true, free will is, quote, an illusion. I wish we had time to unpack this, but there's the sources that they say there is no such thing as free will. It's an illusion. Now you might ask yourself, well, what does all this have to do with morality? Everything. Everything. Because if we're not free moral agents, then we can't be held culpable for what we do. Here's Sam Harris. He doesn't believe in free will. He says, the moment we catch sight of the stream of causes that precede their conscious decisions, he's talking about criminals, reaching back into childhood and beyond, their culpability begins to disappear. They're no longer culpable. They're no longer morally responsible. Think of Fyodor Dostoevsky's book, Crime and Punishment. Sam Harris would revisit that and say it's crime and effects, crime and no punishment. Culpability. Now imagine if we're standing here, around in the lobby and we're hanging out talking and somebody pushes me into you and you spill your coffee. Who do you blame? Well, not me. I'm just the mass of flesh and pale skin that bumped into you, right? The person the causal agent who pushed me into you is the one responsible. Well, what if everything that we are is just a series of causal agents that are determined? Then there is no punishment. There is no culpability. Here's Jerry Coyne, atheistic biologist at the University of Chicago. He says, by losing free will, we gain empathy. Really? How so? For we realize that in the end, all of us, whether Bernie Madoff's or Nelson Mandela's, are victims of circumstance. Do you know who Bernie Madoff is? He stole $64 billion worth of people's money and retirements and pensions. That's who Bernie Madoff is. He's saying he's the victim. With that under our belts, we can go about building a kinder world. Jerry, kinder for whom? Richard Dawkins wrote this. He said, when a computer malfunctions, we do not punish it. I mean, sometimes we do, don't we? We track down the problem and fix it. Yeah, it's probably better. Usually by replacing a damaged component either in hardware or software. Isn't the murderer or the rapist just a machine with a defective component? You see what he's saying? We might be a moist robot. We might be a modified primate. But really, we're an electrochemical, biological machine. Reduced to our primal substances, that's all we are. Aren't we just machines? Don't they just have a defective upbringing, defective education, defective genes? Why is it that we humans find it almost impossible to accept such conclusions? Why do we vent such visceral hatred on child murderers when we should simply regard them as faulty units that need fixing or replacing? My dangerous idea is that we shall eventually grow out of all of this and even learn to laugh at it, just as we laugh at a man when he beats his car. Murderers, rapists, he says, but I fear it is unlikely that I shall ever reach that level of enlightenment.